line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to PTM Racing TV, now live here at USA International Speedway. We're live here today on the track and on the show here in Lakeland, Florida, as we're about to bear witness some Misfitz iRacing League driving and racing here on the very tough to master 3/4 of a mile long USA track. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shire, joining you along today here as we're getting ready for the action here on this field with this SLM series ready to get at it here. We're looking at a pretty solid lineup here of drivers, some pretty good battles going on here, and definitely going to be a lot of work to be bringing here into the tempo and the pacing, as currently drivers meeting here and getting ready to go at it here. So right now, as drivers get kind of prepared up for this one here, kind of getting settled down for today's action. Ladies and gentlemen, we do want to remind you that today's broadcast has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at W. If you guys need the best kind of energy drinks and the best kind of protein on the market, there is only one brand name that many want to go towards, and that's W. Be sure to go to their website, w.gg, and also, if you type in the code MRL Racing, you get 10% off your next order, so be sure to take a look at that and check it out. Thank you again to W for sponsoring the show. So right now, currently, the field is kind of getting set around here right at the moment here. We got our instant replay set up as well here, as well as the broadcast, and we'll have our little crank it up scenes kind of popping up here from time to time. Drivers right now getting prepared here from the warm-ups. The time has come now. Let's get it down to tonight's action-packed main event here. Let's get the roster going. Here, let's start them up on the pole here in Lakeland, Florida. We're going to see Jimmy Gawker, and the number 2 is outside. That'll be David Vecchiarelli. And that number 12, row number 2 is Timmy Spatz, and the 54 is outside. The 13, Quentin Haley. Row number 3 sees Pierce Moffitt, in the number 41 is outside. Out of the lands down in Australia and all them, it's Hunter Collier. Row number 4 is going to be Josh Patterson. The 02 is outside. 05, that is a Throttle Chantel Bottle. Row number 5 sees Jesse Singleton, and then the number 51 is outside. The 48, that is Larson Parker. Row number 6 sees Matthew Karakoff, and the 00 to the 46, Eli Raposa. Row number 7, Logan Hartman, and that 15 is outside. That will be the 18, Chandler Hutchins. Row number 8 is going to be Patrick Jenks, the 22, and then the 14, Justin M. Johnson. The 5 of Brayson Collins and Ryan Dyer round out the field tonight. Field is ready to go. Field bringing them off the track and on down to the start for tonight's action. Get a good look at these 18 drivers field right now. These guys are ready to hammer down and put the power down on the track. You may see some of the camera angles here. We've kind of updated around, kind of messed with here. Some of them are a little glitchier than others. I'm trying to work the bugs out. Again, I didn't say everything I brought to the PTM Racing TV world is going to be better. I said I still had to work some bugs out down there. We'll need to keep an eye on though throughout this event, though, of course, is our camera angles here on the cars themselves as well in the driver's cockpits. You'll see a lot of action going on down there just by how much they're working these wheels in and how much they're working around the tracks. Get ready to work their way down on the field here, race fans. We're ready to go down to it and hit up by Jimmy Gawker. David Vecchiarelli is going to be the starting drivers, going to be the guys to kind of watch out for. Timmy Spatz, Quentin Haley, well, we know they're always in the fight. They're always on the hunt. Field going to move their way down across the ends of the plane in the zone. And the time has risen. The time has come. We're ready for tonight's action, broadcasted here on PTM Racing TV, presented in part by W. The action is going to get hot. The action can get good. Will we get some of that here? We're about to find out. Green flag up in the air there from our flag men, waiting to drop the hammer down on the front straightaway. Green flag is out. Powerful maneuvers off the corner ends here through the first set of turns here. Right out of the gate, Timmy Spatz in the 54 with the early advance here, while the number 13 is Quentin Haley tries to gain him from the inside. The dark horse number 13 having to deal with that 12 of David Vecchiarelli right now, trying to also move his 18 machine into the fight and into the fray. His first time ever here on PTM Racing TV, and he's already putting the hammer on these drivers and trying to mash this one around. Josh Patterson, the 0-2, though, looking towards the inside corners, trying to get a runoff here on the rest of this field. Watch for guys to really try to watch these exits here and not get too loose, because this corners will get you pretty hard and under control here if you're not too careful. You're getting a good look at just all that and then some right now. On board Dark Horse camera right now, number 13, Haley is currently holding back Becciarelli. Becciarelli here still looking for some momentum, looking for a boost. The 5 is Chantel Bottle coming back out in the Super Late Models division. The only female lady in our race today, but definitely not a driver you can snooze on or really take lightly. She will put a hammer down and a bumper to you if you get too close. She won't spin you or throw you out of the water, but she'll definitely make you realize she's a short track driver through and out. Chandler Hutchins right now, number 18, have a little bit of a go around here with that 15 here of Logan Harmon. Harmon trying to hold the line down, trying to keep him away from it. Harmon looking to try to keep the W machine in play and off the radar here, but that Toyota Subaru of Hutchins right now is not giving him any breathing room, to say the least. A little problem coming off that corner end there. Might have cost them a little bit more time than they realized. As Jimmy Gawker right now currently holds the race lead in play and in the shot zone. Yet to been kind of tamed in or mastered out here so far. We'll see if that continues on though. Pretty good stuff here out of the gate. I'm expecting that this will be kind of the overall under right now with these drivers, if they can just kind of watch their corners and don't get too aggressive here. Hitting their spots and hitting it just right certainly do make the difference here. Well, I think it's time we take this one back a little bit. It's time we head up the field. Let's silence the mics and let the cars roar to life. It's Crank It Up time here on PTM Racing TV. So far, so clean and good here for the drivers here. Everyone's still just working their way off around the track and into the set of corners, still looking for some momentum where they can. Biggest thing I'm really going to be looking for tonight, of course, is going to be those exits. You've seen how some of them are getting a little bit tighter and a little bit looser off the exit points. When you got a fresher set of tires on these cars, you really got to kind of time and hit the exit just right. Watch the playing field and watch the bubble off the entry. Let the car dig in and get that left front corner panel to actually dig just enough in so that way it'll straighten out on the right side as you come off. You need all that power from the left to really transfer to the right. Otherwise, the rear end will kick out from underneath you and you'll literally have a lot more problems on your hand. Doesn't help that this being 3/4 of a mile long in length, it really pushes drivers to their maximum and pushes them to a few of their limits, if you will. Not track style they're usually used to. They're usually on their more the 1/4 miles to half miles to even I'd say a mile long tracks like you saw with New Hampshire Motor Speedway. But so far as a driver, you know, I'm pretty impressed right now. These guys have kind of come a long way here from the first set of races. It seems like today things have kind of calmed down a bit. Things are a little bit more under control, and I think that's exactly what we wanted to see here. Well, speaking of things we want to see right now, look out here at the 0-2. Josh Patterson throws it right down on the 54. Timmy Spatz. Spatz couldn't keep the old red, white, and blue ahead of that big old orange crush 0-2. Patterson takes advantage and takes over second. But they still have a lot of room to go to catch Gawker. Gawker right now blistering times and holding the line down. However, his time is not exactly holding up. He's 15 laps in. You can see the charge there from Patterson. He's looking for him. We'll take a look at lap 15 here, and another gain. That right there, that's 0.08 of a second. That's going to be a big troubleshooting for him in that spot. Hart Collier down with our friend, down near our friends in New Zealand, Australian mates. kind of all the way down that area around the island. Currently working his way around the track though. He's down 2 spots trying to get up to the 41 of Pierce Maffitt. A lot of times what these drivers will try to do is they're going to try to go for the long-term run versus a short-term run. The short-term run would basically mean you're driving a lot harder to the corners and you're digging into those exits. Whereas here, they're actually looking more towards, in my opinion, kind of letting guys get past them early, and then from there, let them burn the tire off, let them burn up their rubber, and as they start to stretch and gain ground, then really start to lay it in thick and really give it to them. I think that's exactly right now what everybody is looking at, and everyone's kind of playing into this one. Quentin Haley still dealing with David Vecchiarelli there, of course, and Gawker just kind of getting such a lead on Patterson. Really, he's not having too much troubles there. Speaking of Patterson Road, let's take a look at that right rear brake paddle there. The brake pad, this thing is lighting up like literally a car lighter would when you're lighting up for a cigarette back in the 80s. Watch the brakes here. Watch them just glow. May have been a kind of a bad angle there. We'll see if we can get a better camera angle here on that one. You can see though, this right here, yeah, you can see right there. Look at that brake rotor. He's only just sun palm right by there. That thing is literally lighting up like a candle because he is right now smashing the brake pedal down as hard as he can to try to get the car to take a set while also trying to build some speed up. That's one thing that's unique about these super late models, is you always have kind of an open end and kind of a runoff you can really do with. But unfortunately, if you drive too hard around there and really burn it up too quickly, you're really hurting yourself more than anything. Yeah, those breakers are getting hot down there. They are laying into them thick and spin. Collier right now still trying to hold back the lone lady right now, Chantel Bottle. And Bottle, the one thing that she has kind of made clear when she's on short tracks to these super late model cars is she wants to show she can hang on to these things and really charge up when she has to. And I think she's starting to realize this is a long run scenario brewing. So she knows she cannot make any simple mistakes here. She's got to stay very clear and very close to comfort in order to kind of work around the track, kind of move this thing in as the lightning wraps the RBR Rubber Bottom Raceway 05 continues to drive on in. Larson Parker here in that Ford Fusion number 48 here. He's currently still got Pierce Maffitt kind of laying right behind him, looking for some openings here, looking for some runoffs. Not giving him any brake zone, not giving him any breather, that is for certain. The lap's running down, nearly halfway done with this race already, which to me is absolutely insane here. That's why it says 75 laps. It doesn't seem to go by quite quickly when you think about the mile and a half, but again, this isn't a mile and a half, it's only a quarter, it's only 3/4 of a mile, which is nice. Now something though I do want to bring up about earlier when I was talking about how their brake rotors are getting hot. Now imagine the brake rotors. Now what happens with the tires here? If you're lighting those brake rotors up, that means you're using those tires up quite a bit too. Use up too much of that brake bias there, and it actually will hurt you more than anything because it'll be a lot harder to kind of get in and out of the turn and have a stronger exit point. With the tires though, they warm up rather quickly if you're hitting that hard into a turn, to where if you warm up too high, get too hot, the air temperature inside the tire actually starts to kind of fry itself, cook up a little bit, and then it gets to be a really tricky little substance you have to work around. Patrick Jenks, number 22, Dodge Charger, getting out of the way here for the race leaders. Gawker, Patterson's getting right around him there. Jenks definitely showing a good amount of respect to his drivers as well as his folks out here. Gotta definitely give him that right now, but it seems as though USA is not being too kind to him today. Oh, you can see too what I was talking earlier. He's struggling. You can see that rear end. It's kicking out from underneath him. He cannot get a stable grip. He's trying to, in my opinion, overdrive the exits. He's trying to overdrive corners and not really pay too much attention to really what he's doing down there. And I think that's what's kind of hurting his cornering more than anything. He's got to start to back it off a little bit, kind of let the car take a set. Let it drive in, let the front end kind of kick down there, kind of smoothing the track out, and then let the speed build up from there. trying to force the car around this track is not a good idea, in my opinion. It actually can end up costing you more than you realize. Matthew Karakov started 11th. He's currently 11 right now. Jesse Singleton still holding down his line, holding down his field as they start to dictate the pace just a little bit more here. Also new to the show here, as I showed last night here on PTM Racing TV, we have a little bit of a change up on our ticker here. We actually now can do the sliding version with a little bit easier to see. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think so far of the changes, some of the things we've added on. Let us know, because we want to make sure we keep improving. We certainly do appreciate you guys tuning on in, and if you're new to the show, well, like and subscribe here, like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, also on our Facebook end. So that's where most of our live broadcasts are. We'll have this race there at the end, though, of course. Head over our Twitter and handle and follow us there at League PTM. And then check out Instagram as well. We do post some pictures up there. As it's always a pleasure to talk and see you guys always coming on out. What a battle, though, coming off turn number 3 and 4. Spatz opened the door. And Haley, like a thief in the night, he says, "Oh, mind if I do?" Snuck his way right in, but he tries to put a bumper to him, though. No, no, no. He won't get it there. Spatz backed off. Haley doing a great job maneuvering around him, being stable and under control, not thinking too highly or too much about what's going on. He's only thinking to just keep the car online. You can see right there that big bobble. That's already costing him. Here comes Vecchiarelli now here on the number 18 machine. He's looking for a little bit of a get around, a little bit of a charge here. Seems to be diving in deep, making it stick. It's crazy to me just the overall power these things actually possess down there. These guys are rocking towards up speeds of 130 miles per hour, 132, 134, and at the peak they could probably hit about 138 if they were able to get a solid line down and get a solid runoff. And that to me is absolutely insane. I think it's absolutely insane right now. 2nd and 30 right now for Gawker over Patterson. He's just completely ran away from the field. It's like he doesn't even have any blood in his veins. It's like he's got ice cold in his water. He just is not giving an inch. And frankly, I don't even think he really cares if anyone's trying to catch him. I think he's just trying to stay focused on the track. Just kind of moving his way through lap traffic here, moving his way down on in. Larson Parker now up 4 spots here. Not the hard charge of the night. That honor will go to the 5 of Brayson Collins. But not far in that run, though, of course, being 4 up. Josh Patterson 5 up here, currently in 2nd. He got the most maximum at 6. For Brayson Collins, though, I mean, I've raced him plenty of times to know that when things get a little heated, things get a little crazy, he certainly can put on a little show. And unfortunately, on turn number 4, gets sent straight to the shadow realm as he will have to throw the caution out. Caution is out. Caution is out. Caution flag is out here. This is our first one of the day. Presented and partnered by Dubby. Here is your PTM Instant Replay. Let's take another look at this one. And this right here, well, let's just say this, folks. This is guaranteed short track racing that you bring to the table sometimes. Sometimes you're the one that does the spin, and sometimes you're the one that gets the spin. Yeah, right there, everything just kind of getting sent on around there, nowhere to go. That's a darn shame there for number 5, Brayson Collins, but again, he'll have plenty of time to come back from that and hopefully bring back more than just anything. Will he be able to bring a little more momentum to the table, and can anybody take down Jimmy Gawker in this one? Find out with us when we return. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, USA International Speedway, brought to you in part by Dubby. If you guys want some good energy drinks and some good protein to really build up your momentum and get you through the day, well, kickstart your heart with Dubby. Be sure to type in the code MRL Racing and be sure to get 10% off your very next order with Dubby. Thank you again to Dubby for the support. And again, that is capital MRL, capital R Racing, to get 10% off your next order. So field right now currently just kind of stretching their way back around the track here. Gawker in the number 2 is your race leader here. Quentin Haley in the 13. David Vecchiarelli trying to build some speed up here. Timmy Spatz as well. Chantel Pottle moving 2 spots up. She was currently in 9th and 8th. Now went to 6th. She's currently looking to be a favorite here on the longer runs. I'll tell you this, guys, man. The one thing that scares me about her on these long runs is that I've raced her at Iowa, I've raced her at Thompson, I've raced her at Nashville Super Speedway, Nashville Fairgrounds with these cars, the Bull Ring, and the Las Vegas Bull Ring to be exact. It's extremely difficult to just stop her momentum and stop her run if she can get it dialed up down there. Well, in my opinion, she's definitely got this thing dialed up at the moment. Field moving their way back on in right at the moment here, ready to charge up the drivers and ready to get down and dirty once again here on PTM Racing TV. Field looking to kind of work their way on around here once more. Everybody looking to just kind of stay under control here. They've got to really watch the start here because, in my opinion, now they know what the long run will do. They may forget that short run for a minute and actually try to drive a little harder into the first set of turns. We saw what happened there with Collins. Unfortunately, got kind of clipped in from the driver's side and kind of taking a little wild ride there off turn number 4. It wasn't much you could do there. Really wasn't much you could get out of that way. But as we've always said before, the best kind of drivers are those that can recover from it and learn from that mistake. Off of turn number 4. We'll certainly see if there's a few receipts handed out here as we're getting ready to get back down. Green flag high in the air. We're back underway. Off the first set of corners here down that back straightaway, and now it is Vecchiarelli who's looking to try to put the old red, white, and blue into territory and put him down on the round. Pierce Maffitt right now, number 41, went back a few spots. I believe he went in for a little pit stop and go to get some fresher set of tires out there. But I think everyone else kind of had a right idea and kind of the right area of play as well with that mindset. Trying to hold down, though. No one's giving up at this one. They're not going to give out exactly that easily. And this battle right here for the 4th is just exemplifying that and then some. Look at this right here. Larson Parker cross threads it over on Spatz. Spatz not able to hold it. At the 48 now, trying to put a Ford Fusion up into the fight. We haven't seen the Fusion cars in quite some time, but the Fusion line seems to be doing its job. Quentin Haley still searching for his first career win ever here on PTM Racing TV, following in the maybe not following in the shadows of his brother. He has been known to bring the hammer down and fire it off when he can, and he's looking to do that at Gawker here. Gawker watching very, very carefully where he's going to go with this and where he wants to go with it. He knows he cannot give him any mistake, any openings, or any opportunities to strike at him. Continue to march their way down across the field here. Everyone else doing much of the same. 49 have been completed down to the final 26 laps here. Battle going on. Jesse Singleton, though. Singleton right off turn number 4. Lost in the corner. And a big whiff in his stake here. Gets a couple of them right on the edge. So the 15 Logan Hardman. Problems down there as well. Oh, these guys now are in a little bit of a frantic situation. They have nothing left to lose and everything to gain here. They got to go for broke when they can. Looking for opportunities to strike while they can get it going. Still everyone working their way down across the track here. Still no one giving an inch in whatsoever. Quentin Haley losing some time though, unfortunately. After that battle he had with Gawker, looked to try to give it everything he could, just could not get it to stick down there. Right now it is David Vecchiarelli looking to possibly take the 13 for a little bit of a ride, a little bit of a fight off here. Everyone through the field now moving up quickly. Pierce Maffitt trying to use that fresher set of tires here and good position and good harmony as he goes up against now the 0-2. Josh Patterson and Timmy Spatz right up in front of him. Patterson with a huge run right now as he tries to put the Keystone corner into the fray and into the fight. He is working this thing on in, firing off yet again. Patterson had nothing for him. Had to back off, give him some opening, give him some room here. And that Keystone corner number 41, man, talk about just laying it in and laying it thick. Bringing all the power on full display, bringing all the momentum he can here, especially with only about 16 laps left to go on the clock. Anybody's guess here who can hang in there and who can strive to be the best and the brightest. The 41 of Maffitt, Timmy Spatz, in the number 54. Your battle for the top 4 spots. Patterson is right there in it still. Don't count this man out. We've seen what he can do here on those long, short runs. He's been pretty tame so far tonight. I expect that to kind of change up a little bit here as they get a little bit closer to the end zone. Larson Parker having a pretty good showing from himself earlier as well, but did not seem to kind of keep it in play. Josh Patterson, though, major bobble there on turn number 2. That whole right side literally looked like he was trying to dirt track it around here right now. I don't think I got to remind you, this is not a dirt track right now, my friend. You can throw the dirt on here, but that doesn't mean it's going to work like a dirt track. Putting it right up against the 05. Sent up Otto, though, will not take any of that. She says, yeah, you can try all you want, bud, but I'm not letting you by. Jimmy Gawker left all alone. Yet again, Quentin Haley was the only one that had a chance to really take him down a few notches. Couldn't quite get it. Field right now in a dead heat scruffle, just trying to hold back the reins and try to fire him down again. Jesse Singleton in the 51 looking to get to Matthew Karakoff as we get the onboard camera of that Pepsi 00 cam. Karakoff doing what he can to try to get Singleton after that little bobble and spinning out of turn number 4 earlier. Seems to have been slowing him down quite a ways. Larson Parker with a little bit of a good traffic gremlin attacking him in the car and on the run. The absolute roar of these beasts, the absolute power they possess. I think it's time we finally crank things up one more notch. Let's send it on down and finish this one out. Crank it up one more time on PTM Racing TV. The full-on power on display and really being presented out in part with the way these drivers like to race. It has been a long run, green flag affair for the most part, except the one little hiccup in between, but it really is a short track, so what do you expect here? Eventually, tempers were going to flare, something was going to strive down there. Larson Parker still dealing with that 05 Lightning Wrap Chevrolet Camaro right now. Is currently the number 48 Larson Parker in the Ford Fusion trying to hold her back. Actually, I think that might be actually a Ford down there. I believe it's actually just a Chevy. Patterson. Oh, the Patterson's gonna take the 05 out though. Nice save by the 05 of Chantel, but there's definitely gonna be a receipt probably coming sooner or later. Josh Patterson takes the 05 for a ride here. My goodness, folks. And with only that amount of laps left here, too, that could definitely be a striving factor here in this one. Let's take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. Watch the first set of corners leading into this one. Here's the corner in. Watch Patterson. You can see he's already a little loose, but he's got a lot of power going down. He gets the inside. He lifts up slightly. Chantel's trying to hold down. Patterson's trying to do the same, but really Patterson was not going to have it. The 05 Apollo unfortunately caught up in the racing disaster. That is unfortunately the old short track racing mantra. If you give the line up and someone's coming up and they won't give out of your way, then sometimes you just got to give them the bumper. Whoa. Yeah, I can definitely tell you right now, there is definitely a little bit of a receipt being kind of brewed up and spent out right now. A few of these guys got a few receipts I think are really to look towards, and I think Brayson Collins definitely one. If I can see if we got the 5 in your name tonight, that's not a good sign here. Seems like everybody's been getting taken for a little bit of a wild ride there. This has certainly been chaotic, good fun indeed, and some hard racing to go along with it. You just can never get enough of it, and there's just times you just can't get enough to see it. But now, you may have looked at those laps, and you may be kind of taking very keen eye on this. There is one situation left at stake. Who is going to win this one out, and who is going to bring home the victory? We're about to find out here. Gawker currently knows that this is a green-white checkered attempt, and he knows that if he does not get the throttle going quick enough, this could be game over for him and his crew. He's paying very, very close attention right now to what these other drivers are doing, what they're going to bring at him. Haley, as I mentioned before, is trying to prove he's not just a driver by name. He's a driver on the track, and he's looking to do that here and then some. David Vecchiarelli, well, I think he's just lucky to be here, really, in all honesty. He's just completely subsided, made everybody turn their head at that 18 machine. Pierce Maffitt, man, had to work his way from the Keystone corner in the 41, get some hard momentum and charging up in the old Chevrolet. And now has an opportunity to possibly walk away with this one. We got 4 drivers right now that can win this race on a frantic green-white checkered attempt. We've got 2 laps to go on the restart. Watch for the green, watch for the white, then come the checkers. Which one's it going to be? Let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think will walk away with the W here? We're about to find out. Off the ends, in the corners we go. We'll rail them off one more time by on the back straightaway. And let the drivers decipher this one. The roar and the power these cars are about to be put down here in Lakeland, Florida is truly going to be something here. Off of corner number 4. Green flag is out. Oh, there's going to be some problems right out of the gate here. We got problems out here. David Vecchiarelli did not get out the line. Goes 3 wide. Sloan got to take the field with him. He takes the field with him. They go for a wild ride off turn number 2. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And Timmy Spats' night may have just ended and under the worst circumstances he could have possibly imagined. Oh my goodness. What a mess of a start there. Let's find out what happened. Watch carefully on the bottom right of your screen. Vecchiarelli does not get a good start. Pierce Maffitt, oh, he just sent it right in him at Josh Patterson. He sends it back at it. Watch Timmy Spats. He gets kind of clipped. Patterson gets the runoff, gets away from him, but does suffer damage in the process. Singleton avoids it. You see Chantel Otto getting kind of clipped in there as well. And Vecchiarelli definitely, in his mind, feels like he's the one at blame, but I beg to differ. I would put that one on Spats and Patterson there. Patterson really had nowhere to go. He had to go for it. Karakov actually even too. You can see he was kind of moving around the track a little bit, kind of making some moves there. And while Brayson Collins there, he's like, man, there's just something about the anything with a 5 tonight. The 54, the 05, and the 5. They're all involved in something tonight here at Lakeland. I guess today's just not their day. Wow. Vecchiarelli has called it a day. They parked him down on the front straightaway in the pit road. And shit, actually, I think he might have done it himself. I don't think they actually told him to. I mean, at the end of the day, like I will say this, I don't feel that was necessarily his fault. I think that was one of those just bad situations that strung up because drivers really saw an opening. They saw areas to play with. And as a driver, you know, I get what they're trying to do, but there's a point in time where you just got to hold the throttle back just 1 second and just get everything squared away before you enter into that turn. Because again, you're damaging up a lot of equipment, a lot of property, just by doing a move like that, or even making a worse enemy out of another driver. And you know, we may be in the virtual world, but if you make an enemy out of a driver, that could end up coming back to haunt you in the rest of the races in the championship hunt. These drivers are going for points, and they're going for positions throughout and then some. So at the moment, things are starting to lock up and definitely get a little bit harder to master here, to say the least. Gawker, you can see, trying to get the tires to warm up, trying to make sure the brakes are set in stone. As long as he's got a grip down there, he's got some momentum to work with, he's got a chance, and he knows that. The lights pop off of the pace truck here, now coming off turn number 4 on that front straightaway. And believe me when I say it, I know I got to work on that camera there. I was hoping to leave it there on the front straightaway on that turn 1 there, but I think there might be a little bit of a glitch down there with the camera angle, so we're gonna have to work on that when we get to it. All right, race fans, on the back straightaway, Gawker, Haley, Maffitt, Parker, Patterson, Karakoff are in this race. They're looking for the golden opportunity, the golden move. Which one gets it? Off of turn number 4 this time by Gawker. Thinks he's got it. We'll bring him to the run and let him fire it on in. Patterson yet again, though, drives it in deep and makes it stick into somebody else's lane. The 48 of Larson Parker happens to be that driver. Shut the bottle all over the place. Racks out of turn 2. Oh my goodness. And the white flag is out. That was it. That's the end of the race. They're calling it. Gawker got to the line. They're going to call this one done and over. It's official. And Jimmy Gawker will find himself on the top of the mountain yet again. Wheels and deals his way into victory lane at USA International Speedway. Unbelievable. It's official. Checkers are out. This one is in. This one is completed. Everybody gave their heart and gave their soul, but unfortunately in racing, sometimes that's not even enough. Sometimes Lady Luck just deals you the worst hand possible. There he is, from North Liberty, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Gawker pops away with the W and the victory. And this one, I guarantee you, meant quite a bit to that number 2 driver here. Another victory and another win here for him and his team in this season. And I gotta believe this is something he wants to see, and this is something he wants to keep doing as much as possible. What a race and what a night it has been, or day it has been, excuse me, here on PTM Racing TV. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the field here and our finishers as we get ready to talk about our top 3 here. Gawker wins this one. Pierce Maffitt goes 2nd. Quinn Haley goes 3rd. 4th to Josh Patterson. 5th to Jesse Singleton. 6th goes to Larson Parker. 7th to Matthew Karakoff. 8th to Timmy Spatz. 9th to Bryson Collins. 10th to Eli Raposa. 11th to Jenks. Hutchins goes 12th. 13th to Pottle. 14th to Vecchiarelli. 15th, Logan Hartman. Hunter Collier goes 16th, 17th, Justin M. Johnson. And then, of course, Ryan Dyer goes 18th. That rounds out the field here in this one. All right, race fans, time to go ahead and talk with the finishers, talk with the drivers, the stars, and the cars. Now, join me here on PTM Racing TV. We'll first bring him in as we're going to talk with your race winner. That, of course, will be Jimmy Gawker as he pilots up the number 2 into victory lane tonight. Jimmy, first off, congratulations here at Lake Landon. What a race it was for you and your team. This one definitely played out exactly the way you needed it to.
Yeah, gotta thank you for broadcasting. Gotta thank Chandler for coming in, racing this with me. All the other P1 guys, Jimmy Gawker Racing guys, they're running a virtual World Series that one of their buddies are doing. So that's cool for them, trying to win some cash there. So.
For sure there. Now, let me ask you this real quick here. When we saw you on that first run, you had a lot of momentum and a lot of speed built around the track, but things were starting to get a little bit more crazy and starting to really burn up on the tire end. Were you a little bit worried that maybe some of the guys were going to kind of catch you on these last green-white checkers with the way the tires were set?
I pretty much saved the first run. I think we had a caution about like lap 39, something like that. I don't remember, but I saved to lap 30 and I pushed it a little more on my tires there.
For sure there. It ends up getting you a W here for this race team and this win here and the number 2. So I'll ask you this. Is there anybody else you want to thank for this one?
Gotta thank all my sponsors, RB Card Company, Frickers Mint, Preferred Warranties, Community Wide Federal Credit Union, DAC Enterprise, Meyer, everyone from P1 Performance to Jimmy Gawker Racing.
For sure there. All right. Well, Jimmy, congratulations, man. Well earned and deserved here on PTM Racing TV.
Thank you. Thank you for broadcasting.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, here, Jimmy Gawker comes away with the W here with the P1 Performance crew. As we now will see here with Pierce Maffitt. He comes away here tonight as the man following second place. Pierce Maffitt now joins me here off pit road here. Maffitt, congratulations on that second place finish here. And looking at this track and look at the way that tire set was. Man, did you have to go through a war zone out there with this car and everything. The rubber probably did not help very much, did it?
No, it really didn't. In general, the car was a struggle to drive tonight. It just really doesn't fit my driving style, these cars, but I'm going to run a few races, try and learn them, see how I do.
For sure there. Now, let's kind of ask about this here. You come into the line here, you got quite a bit of a chaos going there and a brewing here from the later half, but this last couple laps here, they were just green, white, checkered written, and you were able to still manage to kind of sneak away and get around some folks. How were you able to do that considering there was a lot of open areas that some of these drivers were trying to take from you?
It was just being opportunistic, really. There's a lot of positions where you can go for an overtake, but that doesn't necessarily mean you should. And of course, at the end of these races, I've missed several, so I'm not running for points. I could probably afford to be a little more aggressive than a lot of these other guys.
And indeed you were, and you held off for just long enough here. So as you come away second here today here at Lakeland, Florida, let me ask you this, sir. Who do you want to thank for that?
Everybody here at Hartman Motorsports, of course, my sponsors, the Keystone Corner, Matrix Designs, and you for putting on a broadcast.
For sure there. All right, Pierce, we do appreciate coming on board here today, sir. Congratulations on your second place finish, and we certainly hope to see you back out here soon enough.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pierce Maffitt walks away here with second place. And I think Quentin Haley is going to kind of lay off for the night here. Not going to be really with us, unfortunately. So we'll give him the big third place finish overlay here. And congratulations to him. Definitely proving more and more as time goes on that he is here to stay. He is here to fight it out. So congratulations to him. And congratulations to all of our finishers and drivers tonight here on a big race battle here. A big thank you to the sponsors at W.GG. Be sure to take a look at their website. And also check, and when you go down there and see what kind of products you need for your time being, be sure to put in the code MRL Racing. Again, that's capital MRL, capital R Racing, for your 10% off your very next order from W. A big thank you to them. A big thank you from all of them at Misfitz Racing League. And for all you fans that tuned in to stay tuned with us and watch this show, man, you guys are just the absolute best. We can't do without you. For now, though, we're signing off. Day off tomorrow, unless, something usually pops up. But Friday, we do have a race, and Saturday, I believe we have something in store. We'll find out then. But Sunday will be a doubleheader, so stay tuned for that. I have been your host, Christian the Crusader Striver, joined down here in Lakeland, Florida. Race fans, thank you so much for tuning in here at USA International Speedway.